The first night it happened, I didn't think much of it. I was awake past midnight, lying on my bed with my phone face down on my chest, listening to the slow ticking of the wall clock. The house was silent in that uncomfortable way. No distant traffic, no dogs barking, not even the hum of electricity. Just silence so thick it felt like it was pressing against my ears. At exactly 12:47 a.m., the hallway light turned on by itself. The switch made that familiar click sound, soft but loud enough in the quiet click. A warm yellow line of light slipped under my bedroom door. I remember frowning, annoyed more than scared. I thought maybe my younger sister had gotten up for water, or maybe my mother couldn't sleep again. I called out softly, "Ami?" No answer. I waited. The light stayed on. After a minute, I got up and opened my door. The hallway was empty. The light was on, bright and steady, but there was no one there. Every door was closed. The bathroom was empty. The kitchen was dark. I turned the switch off and went back to bed. That should have been the end of it, but it wasn't. The next night, it happened again. This time, I was asleep. I woke up suddenly, heart racing, with no idea why. The room was dark, but I could see that same thin line of light creeping under my door. My throat went dry. I checked my phone. 12:47 a.m., exactly the same time. I didn't get up immediately. I just stared at the door, listening. The house was silent again, but this time it felt different, heavier, like something was holding its breath. Then I heard it. Footsteps, slow, bare, dragging slightly as if the person walking was tired or hurt. They moved from the hallway toward the living room. I whispered, "Who's there?" The footsteps stopped. No answer. After a long pause, I forced myself out of bed and opened the door. The hallway light was on again, but now the living room light was on too. Both switches were flipped up. My chest tightened. No one in my family ever turned on multiple lights at night. My father hated wasting electricity. My mother was paranoid about bills. I walked into the living room. It was empty, but the air was cold. Not normal cold. Sharp, biting cold that crawled up my skin and settled in my bones. My breath fogged slightly. I turned both lights off. As soon as I did, the cold disappeared. That morning I asked everyone. No one admitted to turning on the lights. My sister laughed and said I was dreaming. My mother told me to stop staying up late. My father didn't even look up from his newspaper. That night, I stayed awake on purpose. I sat on my bed with the lights off, staring at the door, phone in my hand, recording video. 12:46 a.m., 12:47 a.m. Click. The hallway light turned on. But this time, something else happened. The handle of my bedroom door slowly began to turn. Not fast. Not sudden. Slow. Careful. As if whoever was outside didn't want to make noise. I froze. The handle stopped halfway, then it turned back. Footsteps moved away again, dragging, uneven. I didn't open the door. I didn't breathe. I stayed like that until morning. The video on my phone showed nothing. No light turning on, no sound, just darkness. That's when I realized something was very wrong. Over the next few nights, the activity increased. Lights turning on in rooms no one entered. The TV switching on to static at exactly 12:47 a.m. The bathroom mirror fogging up, even when no one had showered. And always, that dragging sound, like something being pulled across the floor. I started seeing shadows too. Not normal ones, tall ones that didn't match the furniture. On the fourth night, I finally saw it. I was standing in the hallway, light on, heart pounding, when I noticed the reflection in the mirror at the end of the corridor. At first, I thought it was me, but then I realized it wasn't moving when I moved. The reflection was still watching. It was tall, too tall, its head tilted at an unnatural angle, neck stretched, skin pale and uneven like old wax. Its eyes were black holes, sunken deep, and its mouth hung open slightly, as if it was trying to breathe, but had forgotten how. I screamed. The lights exploded. Every bulb shattered at once, plunging the house into darkness. Something grabbed my wrist. The hand was ice cold. Fingers, too. Long. Nails digging into my skin. A voice whispered in my ear, dry and broken, like air passing through dead lungs. "You turned me off." I yanked my hand free and ran into my room, slamming the door. Behind me, something slammed back. Again and again, the handle rattled violently. The light under my door turned on. then off, then on again. Click, 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 I cried silently, pressing my hands over my ears. Suddenly, everything stopped. No sound, no light, just silence. In the morning, I noticed scratch marks around the hallway switch. Long, deep, like claws. I didn't sleep in that house after that. A week later, we moved. Before leaving, I asked the landlord one question. Has anyone ever died here? He hesitated. Then he sighed. There was a man, he said quietly. Years ago. He lived alone, insomnia. He used to walk the house every night, turning lights on and off. They found him dead in the hallway. Heart stopped. My blood ran cold. They said, the landlord continued, that even after the electricity was cut, the lights kept turning on. Last night, in my new house, I woke up at 12:47 a.m. The hallway light was on, and I don't have a hallway anymore. I lay completely still, staring at the ceiling. The hallway light was on, but this house didn't have a hallway. A thin yellow line glowed under my bedroom door, pulsing slowly, like it was breathing. My heart started pounding. I checked my phone, 12:47 a.m. I had never told anyone about at the time, yet it followed me. I sat up, listening. No footsteps. Instead, humming, low, broken, repeating the same 3 notes. It sounded close and far at the same time. I whispered, "This isn't real." The humming stopped. 3 soft knocks followed. Polite, careful. The doorknob turned. The door opened slightly, spilling light across my floor. A long, thin shadow leaned closer. A voice whispered, "You forgot to turn me off." The door slammed shut. Darkness swallowed the room. My phone wouldn't turn on. The humming returned, louder now. The bed sank beside me. Cold fingers brushed my arm, tracing my skin slowly. "You see me now," it whispered, "so I can stay." I screamed. Every light in the house exploded on at once. The pressure vanished. I was alone. I didn't sleep again. The next day I realized the truth. It wasn't tied to the house. It was tied to me. I returned to the old place. A neighbor looked at me and said, "It came with you, didn't it?" She told me about Kareem, an electrician terrified of darkness, found dead during a power cut. He believed light kept evil away. "But why me?" I asked. "Because you turned it off," she said. That night, lights flickered without switches. Whispers came from the walls. Don't sleep. Let me see. At 12:47 a.m., my bedroom light turned on. He stood in the corner, too tall, skin sagging, black wires growing from his back. "I protected the light," he said. "Now you protect me. What do you want?" "Tea?" I whispered. He smiled. "To stay on." The lights shattered, and the darkness smiled back.